Hello and welcome to Quail Tales. For those of you that have been following me so far in my quail keeping journey, you'll know that a few weeks ago I bought 5 quail. A boy, who I've called Quentin, and 4 girls, whom don't have names because I can't tell them apart at the moment. But as well as getting the quail, I bought a lovely rabbit hutch, and I've made it as well appointed as possible so that it has everything that they need and hopefully a few things that they desire as well. So there's dust bathing facilities, there's earth for them to dig about in, there's plants for them to hide amongst and to eat. And yeah, generally they're very happy in there. So it was always my intention to extend their habitat to be more than just the rabbit hutch, and so I have now done that, and in this video I want to show you what their extended habitat looks like. So I would like to introduce you to the run that I built for the quail. You can see there it's at right angles to the rabbit hutch. I built this all myself, and as a middle-aged lady who is not trained or experienced in joinery, I'm really chuffed with what I've achieved, albeit I have very squinty doors and I'll need to address those. But yeah, it was quite an undertaking, I have to say. So I've got lots of this rough treated timber, and yeah, and the floor is hardboard, thick hardboard, and all around the sides, the doors and the ceiling, if you can just see in there, I've got weld mesh. I think it's 16 gauge or 19 gauge, whichever the stronger of the two is, with very small, here's my thumb, very small is that, a ½ inch square holes, or so it's meant to be foxproof. I'm sure it is foxproof. Oh, dog next door. So yeah, it's almost doubling the space that the girls and Quentin have. I've also put some polycarbonate on the roof to just, stop the rain getting in, and around, hello Colin, and around all the walls I've put some clear tarp, certainly for the winter time, to keep the rain from getting in. So yeah, I'm really pleased. Blooming heck, it took me a while, but and last Sunday, oh, what are you doing, Colin? Oh, I don't know whether I want you on the roof there. It's not very thick polycarbonate, but I guess you're going to go anyway. Oh, you're all right. You're a light boy, aren't you? So yeah, last Sunday when the clocks had gone back on the Saturday night. And so come about 5 o'clock, it was dark, and I had a light, and I was trying to finish it off because I'd cut a hole in the door. If we have a look in here, there's the original door to that I added to the hutch, and I put I cut a hole in the wire there. I wanted to keep the door because I've got more tarpaulin on the front of that, and I think it just gives them, while it lets the light in, because they seem to like the light, rather than having the solid door that the hutch used to have, it gives them an extra layer of insulation, if you like, when it starts getting colder, and it was very, very cold this week actually. So I can open the door still to, oops, a bit stiff, to get in and clean in here, which I'll need to do. And I've still got a box of straw, I'll change that today, that they sit in, but other than that there's just shavings in this bit, and this is notionally their bedroom and their laying area, but oh hello, but they don't actually sleep in here, they just come in and visit, and they've not started laying eggs, but I think they just quail just lay eggs where they fancy, so it can be anywhere really. You've got a dirty foot, I will need to clean that foot. Quail, you need to be very careful, because if they stand on their own poo, it can stick. You can see it there, it's sticking to her little foot, and if you don't take it off it can stick so hard that if you pull it and it's at their toenail, you can actually pull their toenail off. Or that's certainly one of the scare stories that people talk about with quail. So she's obviously stood in a wee bit of poo, so I'll just need to make sure that it either comes off itself, or I'll take it off while it's still soft, to make sure she doesn't get poo balling up on her feet. That's a little aside. Anyway, I'm just going to shut this door and just turn around here. Now I have put a tray of earth. I've got another bit of Carex plant there, and I actually just planted up some live lettuce, and they've been lying on it and eating it, so I'll leave it a little bit longer, and then once it needs replaced I've got more live lettuce on the go, and I'll put that in there. But they love sitting in the earth here. What I might do is I've got another little tray. These are just trays that you put plants, you know, sit plant pots on. I've got another one, a smaller one, that I'll maybe put in the corner there, and give them some more earth to sit in, because they do like sitting in dirt and hopefully digging about in dirt as well. So yeah, this is their new little run. I'm really pleased with it, and they're pleased with it too. And I'm still none the wiser about which girl is which. You can see they're having a good munch. Oh, that was a little pecking order situation there, I think. So this one, I think might be the girl that I named Queenie. And you'll see that her feathers at her neck are sort of sticking up a bit. She's been molting with the odd little feather here and there. And she's also enjoying having some food. Now, if you have a look at what they're eating out of, it's actually a tub, plastic tub, that I have, she's away in there, that I've put holes in, and big enough for them to get their heads in, as you can see, but not the bodies, and put their food in there. And the reason I've done that, I did have an ordinary sort of commercially produced feeder, but the quail would run round it and poop on it and get shavings in it. So I've seen online various people with quail have done this. They've got a tub and they have put holes in the sides, and it means they can get their heads in, but they can't get their little bottoms in to poo. And whilst, yeah, they could potentially knock some shavings in, I don't think they're going to get as many shavings in as they did before. So I made the holes using a hole saw, which was new to me, but not very expensive, just a few pounds to get. And it's basically an attachment, imagine a circular attachment to your drill, electric drill, with teeth on it. I'll show you at some point. And you attach that to your drill, and it whirs round, and you basically use it to drill holes in things, whether it's wood or plastic or whatever. So that works really well. So I've got, you can't really see because this wee one's in the way, excuse me, but I've got 2 holes in each side, and there's someone eating from that, and I'm very happy. Yeah, and they've taken to it no problem at all. And hopefully my feed is not going to get knocked about, pooped in, or filled with shavings. So great. Meanwhile, this little one is just having a great wee time in the dust bath. This little tub's got sand in it that they have been enjoying sitting in, but this, it's only recently that I've noticed them dust bathing in it. So they have dust baths so that they can get whatever they're bathing in, sand, shavings, earth, so they can work that in under the feathers, into the feathers and onto their skin. And the idea is that if there's any insects or parasites living on them, the dust bath sort of helps to clear them off. And they tend to, quail I think, just like chickens, like to enjoy a dust bath. You know, that it's an instinctive thing and a necessity, but you know, if they've not got parasites, I think, you know, they would still dust bathe because it's instinctive, and they do enjoy it, and they quite often do it communally. So you'll find a few together dust bathing and just loving it, actually, just really enjoying themselves. See, this wee girl's having great fun. There's another little girl in the far part of the run there, can you see? She's having a dust bathe as well. And while they're doing it, they have a root around and pick up any little insects that they find. Who's pecking at me? Are you having a little peck at me while I've got the camera in your run? So here's the 4 girls. 1, 2, 3, 4, and Quentin, I think, is on his own in the other side, having a little relaxing time.